Stream Elements says Kraberking J is now live. Streaming Minecraft. Minecraft Bedrock Realm. Johnny Gilmore 347 says, why did you stream for when I lay down and my cat gets on me and I turn on TV, brew? Johnny Gilmore 347 says they. Johnny Gilmore 347 says the screen is too close, I can only see your wand. Johnny Gilmore 347 says hello? Johnny Gilmore 347 says Crabber.
Yo, yeah, Johnny
you there?
Gilmore. I'm not using my mic. I will reply using text chat. I can hear you guys. I'm just not using my mic right now. I just wanted to keep you guys updated on what I'm doing. I just lit the end portal, and I'm about to show you guys like what's popping in the end. But first, I'm gonna get building blocks.
Johnny Gilmore 347 says okay. Stabimp Taco says oh geez. Stabimp Taco says going to the end, lol. Stabimp Taco says good luck 07. Johnny Gilmore 347 says why is no one is the sever? Johnny Gilmore 347 says okay well I'm going back to bed bye. Stabimp Taco says GGS LOL. Kai-Huna23 says B0 barrel shake B0 barrel shake B0 barrel shake.
What's up, Kayana? How you doing?
Stabimp Taco says Beard 671 Pika Shake Height Beard 671 Pika Shake Height Beard 671 Pika Shake Height.
I'm just enchanting a magical fire sword. That's what I'm up to. What's up, what's up? I apologize. I wasn't using my mic for a little bit, but now I'm back now. What's up, what's up? Kayana, do you play Minecraft? You can join up on this realm. It's on Bedrock. That means even console players can play. And I know it looks heavily modded, but I've actually optimized it to where console players can play, and I've tested it on Xbox and PlayStation. Yo, yo, mic check, mic check. Inspect the deck.
Stream Elements says thank you for following. It's delete. Smiley face.
Thank you for following, Dilly.
Coquinius says Dilly Turbomb 33 Kitty Turbomb 33 Kitty.
Dilly, what up, Queenie? Is that one of your people?
Coquinius says yes he is. Gimpsy says go to bed.
Gimpsy, what up? It's not nighttime. Gimpsy, you gotta join up on the realm.
It's Dilly says hi hi.
Hi, hi. Queenie.
Gimpsy says your chat reader is 20 times louder than you.
Alright, let me fix that.
Coquinius says we see if I get kicked love you to
We'll see about that. There, that should fix it.
Coquinius says what is debt fit?
What does this fit? Plutonium and uranium.
Coquinius says oh.
That's my regular skin, but...
Stabimp Taco says Slim Grimace in fire.
Since it's raining, I'm trying to go fishing and get something good. I've got a mending villager. So I've got mending. And then I want to expand Skybase. Might just expand Skybase.
Coquinius says why not make a fish farm?
A fish farm? You're speaking funny words, Magic Man. What do you mean, a fish farm?
Coquinius says Lil Teddy.
Yeah, a little teddy bear. Where'd he go?
Stabimp Taco says I can make a fish tank you can fish out of.
What? What do you mean? Kastabby, we're gonna end up recruiting you if you keep talking like that. What do you mean? No, Queenie.
Coquenia says sigh.
Did you reduce your render distance and all that and turn the graphics down?
Coquenia says yes. Coquenia says wait. Coquenia says let me look again.
And here, let me turn it to peaceful. That way it might lighten the entity load.
Stabimp Taco says I've made it for a modern mansion I did before and it went 5 stories high and had tropical fish and you could fish in it from the top floor and it lead into a waterfall that lead into an infinity pool.
What? Stabby, what? I've never thought of something like that.
GamerBoss224 says hi.
What up, Gamer Boss?
GamerBoss224 says how you been?
I've been doing good, bro. How are you?
Stabimp Taco says I've made a few really cool aquariums.
I usually don't mess with aquariums, but I need to. Like, that just sounds really cool. And then with the vibrant visuals, it's really cool. How's everyone's 4th of July? I'm still in the process of getting wasted.
Stabimp Taco says yet I just need tropical fish and a silk touch pickaxe.
Why do you need a silk touch pickaxe? For fish?
Stabimp Taco says LOL you're always in the process of getting wasted.
Don't say it like that, Stabby.
Stabimp Taco says for the corals so it doesn't die when you collect it.
Oh. Hey, look, a meteor. Anyone can join this realm, by the way. Anyone. I know we have a bunch of new people rolling through. The realm details are in the Discord. But Stabby, what's something we should build up at Skybase? I feel like Skybase is missing buildings. Because right now I've only built things that are like productive. I haven't designed too many things.
Stabimp Taco says I'd have to see it honestly.
So Skybase has like nothing on it, but a giant farm, a giant path. I can show you. Here's our giant grass path, so wildlife can spawn. Our giant farm. Our villager with 3 eyeballs. We call him Oddfall. From Disenchantment. He sells us equipment to summon the dead or whatever. Here's our farmhouse. I'm not done yet. Here's our warp stones. These allow us to teleport. Here's our pet ghosts, another teddy bear. My little brother and sister's base is all the way down there. Here's our giant pond, and that's it. That's all there is to Skybase right now. Just trying to expand so it gets really dark underneath it, and it looks really cool.
Stabimp Taco says, do you know if mob spawners work in the realm?
What do you mean if mob spawners work? They spawn mobs, yes. Or you mean like mob farms where they just drop down and you punch them?
Stabimp Taco says, yeah, the farms.
Oh, yeah, they do. It's bedrock. So it's not even chunk oriented. You just build it. Queenie's back. Almost hit the ground that time.
Stabimp Taco says, okay, I'll probably try building one to make sure.
Stabby, where are you located?
Stabimp Taco says, like, where is my base?
Yeah, like, are you near spawn?
Stabimp Taco says, other side of the map from spawn.
Other side of the map? I'm about 8,000 blocks away.
Stabimp Taco says, I can send you a picture of my map when I get on and show you.
Oh, I won't know based off map. We'd have to turn on cords for a
Stabimp
minute.
Taco says, I'm on Elden Ring RN.
Hell yeah.
Stabimp Taco says if you turn cords back on at some point I'll tell you then lol because it's hidden for the most part and I'm going to make it more hidden.
I can turn on the cords. I'll just have to shrink my screen on OBS. That way you guys can't see them on my screen. For everyone who stream snipes. Don't do it. Oh man. Just intently building my bad guys. Been quiet and I'm just sitting here just I stay falling off the map. I can't stay on the map, dude. There I go again. Three times the charm. Every time I fall off, dude, I'm about to just take a shot. Every time. Every time I teleport, I'm gonna take a drink.
Stabimp Taco says still on the tequilas?
Still on the tequilas? No, I've got Twisted Teas, Bacardi 151, some vodkas. I got a bunch of stuff. And then Wizardry as well.
Stabimp Taco says wizardry in process, hee hee.
Well, can't beat 'em, join 'em. That was my cat. The Elon Musk. I need to untangle. I need to untangle all my cords. Now that I'm back to a wired headset. It's gaining some weight to it. Alright. I am Cornholio. Mini tippy for my bunghole.
Stabimp Taco says Cornholio.
I claim this name in the land for Nicaragua. Dude, this video game's kind of cool. Todd is cool. It's like a truck.
Stabimp Taco says need TP.
Mini TP for my bunghole. I saw that they added Beavis and Butthead to COD, and I've never wanted to play COD more than I did right now. Like, I really thought about it. But the whole hacking issues going on at COD, I really want Beavis and Butthead. I might boot it up on my console just to get them and, you know, do their thing. Because, like, it's like a little battle pass on COD.
Stabimp Taco says did you see the Cheech?
Yeah, I saw Cheech in Modern Warfare 3. I really liked that. Because Cheech and Chong, I've always loved. I just feel like they're putting all kinds of stoner stuff into COD. Like, in reality, like, every bundle I've seen is some kind of stoner thing. Stoners don't play COD like that.
Stabimp Taco says, and yet I was debating on re-downloading it for Beavis and Butthead, but realistically I know I won't actually play it again, so there's no point.
The only thing I would play on Black Ops 6 is Search and Destroy. And that's it. That's just what me and Yuri play. That's really, like, unless I'm ranking up guns. Yeah, because I don't really like the new zombies. I know Gimpsy calls me, you know, a D1 hater for that, but I can respect that it's probably enjoyable to some people, but I just like kick-ass fucking old school Nikolai, Richtofen, Dempsey. That's what I'm used to. Now we're fucking bringing dinosaurs back to life, and an alien squid
Taco
monster.
says everyone I knew that played was a stoner, but that might be circumstantial considering like finds like.
And I guess maybe it is a COD thing, because I played it too, back in the day though. I haven't played the new ones really. Do you get to the Cloud District often? Of course you don't. Who's that dickhead from Skyrim? That's how I'm about to start treating everyone on here. Do you get to the Sky Base very often?
Stabimp Taco says I've played since BO1 and this last one just disappointed me in the fact it wasn't fun playing solo anymore.
So, you played a good time, Stabby. I think my first Call of Duty was Call of Duty 3, one of their first ones. And it was cool and all. Didn't see too much hype in it, you know. But then when I got Black Ops 1 and Modern Warfare, instant hook. That was where it's at. The lobbies were hilarious. I was really good at quickscoping, so I was pretty welcomed. The trash talking was mostly funny. Even when people would like crash out on each other, it was funny back then. I would sweat really hard.
Stabimp Taco says Nasir is that fucker's name.
Nasir? Nazir! Do you get to the Cloud District very often? Of course you don't. What a dickhead. What the fuck were you gonna say about the Cloud District, huh? That dude single-handedly started in-game racism. Every fucking Dark Elf after him is just on site getting clapped. And it's all his fault, too. Thalmor spy. Imperial bastard. Endowed with the storm cloaks. Fucking love Skyrim. I've been expanding like a motherfucker. I really want to go explore the end. And possibly get an Electra. Cause look at this shit. I expanded so much. Alright, I know I've got an Eye of Ender. It's not an Eye of Ender, but it'll work. Instant transmission. Instant transmission. That shit was fucking insane. Did you see, like, what the end looks like? Like, look at this shit. Everything looks fucking insane. These are eyeball flowers. And they move? Oh, nah, bro. Okay. A homunculi. Let's go ahead and get that XP.
Stabimp Taco says so much purple.
Yeah, and this isn't even like the main thing, you feel me? Like, this is just the main island. Like, I haven't even traveled out. I killed the end dragon, but the egg disappeared due to a glitch. I mean, I was streaming it all. So we moved the egg and then put a torch under it, and then it just disappeared. Why am I taking damage?
Stabimp Taco says ads.
There it is. Wait, is that a biome down there? Oh well.
Stab him, Taco says back.
Back? Okay, I was mentioning how the Ender Dragon egg disappeared because of a glitch. Because it was live on stream, you guys saw it. Androds? What are you? You guys are villagers? And Metrine sword? What do you give me? Coral Spire? Wait, is this like a village? Why are they, why do they, look like that? You know, they're not like, regular villagers.
Stab him, Taco says those are my favorite kinds of lights, they look so good in structures.
I know the Androids. Alright, now that I have a portal here, let's loot up. Just like villages in the overworld. Okay, okay. Fancy with it. Big fancy. Is that a shulker? Oh yeah, gimme, gimme. What was that? Did you hear that? What the fuck? There's no way I'm sitting here just burning and looting and I hear a loud roar behind me. What is that shit?
Stab him, Taco says shulkers make noise too.
That wasn't a fucking shulker. There's no way you can convince me that was a fucking shulker that I heard. That was like a possessed mammoth scream. Now I have a shulker. I'm looking for an Electra. Holy shit, the end is huge.
Stab him, Taco says they make like a loud crying noise.
Oh, so that probably was a shulker. What is that? Okay. So, I added a few mods that added to the end. And now I don't know what anything is. This is like the fucking Aether mod. And it pulses? Dude. The end is so fucking cool. I don't know what's below me. I don't know what's above me. This is so fucking cool.
Stabimp Taco says not the pulsing.
Dude, look at that. That's so fucking cool. It pulses. I want to go down there. Do I have my bucket of water? No, I left it. And then what are these, like, alien skyscrapers or mountains? Dude, these end mods are insane. I can't wait till I'm actually, like, exploring again. Look how big this shit is. I better be alive. Oh, man. That was a close one. That was a fucking close one. That means more to drink. Like they say in Mother Russia. More to drink. There's the teleporter right there. It's okay. Everything's gonna be alright. Down. Oh no. I've got to keep it moving. Nobody gonna make my stride. They got fucking... What? It is too late now. Fuck you mean? That's not good. Holy shit. That was fucking insane. Yo, there's no way. Maybe leave the shulker here. List of valuables.
Stab him. Taco says barely saved it.
I was gonna start tweaking the fuck out, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was just gonna start losing my shit if I died there. And that just would have been it. That would have been okay. Alright, let me grab some more water. Because these trees just deteriorate when you're close to them. What do you think at the end now? Like, I know I've only explored maybe 100 blocks, but still. I think it's pretty fucking cool.
Stab him. Taco says it looks dope.
It's pretty fucking cool. I like it. It's the coolest fucking bedrock mod I've seen so far. Hands down. This is hands down easily the best bedrock mod I've seen. This makes me want to build in the end. Just to have a base in the end. Did I get everything? Yes.
Stab him. Taco says if you find the villages with the elytra you can make that a base.
You're right, and that'd be so fucking cool. Am I in peaceful? Because my hunger's going down. That endstone's blue up ahead. Wait. This is blue. Am I being, like, watched? That's cool as fuck. That's cool as fuck. What are you? You're a trader? Spider eye, hay bales, glow. Pale oak sapling? I kind of want you. Oh yeah. Ice? Prism Peak? What the hell? This is so fucking cool. And it looks like ice is falling from the sky. Can I mine it? No, but I can mine it with Silk Touch. What is this? The hell are you? No way. No way, no way, no way, no way. There's gotta be a ship here, right? I didn't see a fucking mirage. There we go. Those things are funny. Whatever made that noise is not funny. That wiped the fucking smile right off my fucking face. Right.
Stabimp Taco says your fucking noises LOL.
I gotta make noises back at him. Is that another end city? It is. These end cities aren't having shit in them, though. That's a problem.
Stabimp Taco says just focusing on Elden Ring and I hear that and start fucking crying lol.
Why the fuck they just, I don't know. Who decided that's what shulkers make? They're like, blah. This is what shulkers sound like now. If I fall like that again, I'm fucking losing my shit. I'm gonna download fucking mods and macros for Minecraft. Fucking hard scripting over here. Because I failed a jump. Blah, blah. See, they think I don't know where they are. Blah. But through echolocation, I can smell it. Dang, my inventory's full. Okay, I need to throw some things away.
Stabimp Taco says, so you gonna lend me one of them shulkers later?
Oh yeah, I got you. Like I said, so far, with everything you're telling me, because I told Chad the other day I didn't want more than like 5-6 people at my base, so we only have room for like 2 more people. I'm debating on who those 2 people are. I don't want like just the people living with us being like the only dominant power.
Stabimp Taco says, hell yeah, beard 671 Pika shake height.
Because we need another builder. And it seems like you're... Oh shit, did I just find an end castle? What the fuck? And another shulker? Everything that's not immediately useful, get in there. Blah, blah, blah. You hear that fucking noise? That ain't fucking no shulker I ever heard. What shulker you know that sound like that? That's a fucking space whale is what it sounds like.
Stabimp Taco says fucking space whale.
I mean, I don't know what the fuck else to call it. I mean, it sounded like a space whale, looks like a space whale. It's a fucking space whale. What else could it be? Like, I know you heard that shit. I know you heard it. An empty shulker. Let's fucking go. Fuck. I don't harvest wood. Oh yeah, fuck yeah. Oh yeah. Fucking end castles rule, dude. New favorite biome. think that's enough exploring. Time to go back home. Time to start on a house. I'm thinking probably right here. But I'm not in a building mood, so I'm gonna throw everything in a chest down here and forget about it. That's what I'll do. How do I make an ender chest? Wait, how do I make shulker boots? What? What the fuck? Hold on, I got too much shit not to look at. What else do I got here? I'm coming. Okay. Now that it's just me and my shulkers, what the fuck we got going on? You're empty. You get the pass. You're not empty. We could use these. I guess this can be used for something. That's important. And then what the fuck can we
Stab him.
craft?
Taco says so much shit.
Yeah, I don't know what any of this does. I should probably make one of these. An eternal end info book. Packed frozen jelly. Oh, I want a void lamp so bad. So this is how distracted I get. Just like that. We're doing something else. Because that void lamp looks cool. I want to make it. Stardust and slime. This one looks cool too. Okay, void lamp. Stardust. Mink, mink, mink. Okay. Now I need glass panes. Instant transmission. This is just one chest from mining. Milli. A million here, a million there. With Nigerian hair. Critically unfair. He's a beast, he's a goon, he's a motherfucking problem. He's a goon, he's a goon to a goblin. Goblin. You ain't selling nothing. How do you make glass panes? Oh. That's so cool. The fuck is that noise? Alright, we'll study the rest of this stuff another day, because it's confusing. But as far as this... I have ender and obsidian. Okay. I need one more block of obsidian. I want that black fire. Bonk.
Stabim Taco says, do you have any interest in Night Rain?
And Night Rain, kind of. I was really thinking about it, but it's not cross-platform. So I'm not so sure. Like, that seems to be a big thing for me, because I already got Elden Ring.
Stabim Taco says true.
Like, if it was cross-platform, I'd actually get it, like, I would have pre-ordered it. But since it's not, I'm kind of waiting on it, because I feel like that game might not stick around. As much as I want it to, it might not. And I don't even know what the gameplay looks like myself. Have you played Night Rain? Like, what's it like?
Stabim Taco says valid, and it looks really good. Honestly, I haven't gotten it, so I can't say personally, but it looks fun AF.
I know it does. That's the problem. I have trust issues. I need to know it's going to be a good game. Because people explain it terribly. They're just like, oh, it's a battle royale, but Elden Ring. The fuck? So I'm fighting other people? Like, what does that entail? Like, what am I getting into? I haven't been on the overworld in a while. I am tempted to see what it looks like. You better get the fuck out my motherfucking house, motherfucker. Damn straight.
Stabimp Taco says it's not a BR, it's fast-paced Elden Ring with a ring similar to Apex and a lot more mobility than Elden Ring base game with I think 6 different starter classes, and as you go you get different weapons and seals and charms. Some do passive buffs and some are active where you have to have them equipped to work, and to level up you just touch a grace and it instantly levels you. You don't pick what to level.
See, what do you mean fast-paced Elden Ring? Like, in 30 minutes I can beat Night Rain and then bam. And then just replay it? Like, that's where I'm confused at. Like, is there a storyline? Is it randomized bosses? Like, that's where I'm confused. Fuck.
Stabimp Taco says fast-paced like the tiny pushes you to make progress quickly and you run at 3x normal game speed, and from what I've seen there are set destinations you pick which gives a description per each boss you'll fight and one ultimate night boss at this point.
That sounds really cool. But can you check if it's crossplay? Like, if it's crossplay, I'd be down. Cut that freak leak shit out, boy.
Stabimp Taco says it is cross-gen but not cross-play. Unfortunately El Yeno lost.
Cross-gen is good because Elden Ring wasn't cross-gen. Alright, let's go see how dark it is. I haven't been down here all day. It's still light out. It's bright as day.
Stabimp Taco says Elden Ring is cross-gen. I play with someone who plays on a Series S and I'm on a 1X.
Oh, I thought it meant cross-gen like PlayStation. So it's not. What if I made a bunch of lava and poured it around the sky base edges and made a huge protective dome inside with lava?
Stabimp Taco says gotcha, yet it sucks is not cross-plat because one of the people I wanted to play with is on PS4.
Yeah. Big fumble on their part.
Stabimp Taco says for sure, for sure.
I'm curious. I'm real fucking curious. If I drop a bunch of lava buckets down on the edges of Skybase, will it make it dark underneath? Because it's not dark underneath now. And I'm starting to think that's because I've got, like, ray tracing on. So if I just remove access to the sun, once it just get pitch black. Call me Lord Harkin because I want to get rid of the sun.
Stabimp Taco says remove access to the sun, lol, just revoke your sun subscription.
Yeah, you're not Sun Plus Pro Premium Diamond member, so you just can't have the sun. See, like, from up here looking down, it is super dark. But is that in accordance with the sun? No. I just seen my... Fuck. I was gonna say, I seen my light flash before my eyes. Oh, I got lucky. Falls to death. Dang. Storming pretty bad. I know what I can do. I can use that mystic painting. It'll teleport me to a random place. Room shambles. Next.
Sergeant Lara says you.
What up? What the fuck? It disappeared? No, I didn't want it to disappear. Fuck.
Sergeant Lara says how's it going?
That's going great, bro. Happy America Day. America's birthday today. You fucker, you ripped me off. Now I'm gonna still do business with you. Come here, fucker. I want something good.
Sergeant Lara says Happy America Day.
Happy America Day. America, fuck yeah.
Sergeant Lara says I'm on my laptop so it's hard to work the chat a bit.
Oh, good. I'm just fucking around with all these mods on the realm. I actually need some of this. Do I need shears? Yeah, I might need shears.
Sergeant Lara says not many chatters around or just lurking.
Yeah, they were chatting earlier, but they're lurking now. Like, people are playing Elden Ring and other stuff. This one can't be an ocean. Can't be. It's a beach, though.
Sergeant Lara says still not touching Night Rain.
I've been thinking about it, but like, I haven't seen gameplay of it, and I don't know. Like, I know it's not crossplay, but Helldivers is about to be.
Sergeant Lara says you haven't seen gameplay of it.
No.
Sergeant Lara says that's concerning.
Those suck.
Sergeant Lara says almost like saying you haven't seen the sky.
Is Elden Ring Night Rain like really like? So you play Night Rain. What is the gameplay like? Stabby was just telling me a little bit about it.
Sergeant Lara says streamed it, played it, live it.
It's like that. What makes it so much better than Elden Ring? Because people love when I play Elden Ring. I was averaging 10,000 viewers per stream. They're like short streams on just Elden Ring. So what... Like, is it like a battle royale? Like, what is Night Rain?
Stabimp Taco says I'll send you some gameplay videos in a bit. I'm probably gonna hop off in a bit, just finished the Ancestral Spirit boss.
Hell yeah.
Stabimp Taco says I sent you a video of it. I find the guy funny. Sorry if he's annoying to you though, but he got to play it on launch and is still making videos in it.
Okay, I'll have to check him out when I lay down. What time is it? It's 3 in the morning. Damn. It's not a battle royale. A similar system. Average battle royale games is not. The game consists of 3-player co-op, 3 nights. First night being beginning and team's adventure. Oh, so you don't keep your loot. It's a new character every round.
Stabimp Taco says roguelike style. Stabimp Taco says, are you just messing with the knocker lol?
Yeah, I'm trying to get him to do something.
Stabimp Taco says, think you gotta be in bed for him to touch you giggity.
It won't let me sleep. There's no way I used up all of our iron already.
Sergeant Lara says you have to go around killing bosses, mini-bosses, NPC small enemies, sometimes or well as I should say this night invaders. Also at the beginning of each game you choose your night bearer quote unquote you're tarnished.
So it's a new character every game though.
Sergeant Lara says yup.
See, that's what I don't know if I like about it yet.
Sergeant Lara says nobody did till they played it. Sergeant Lara says average is more players than Apex.
Yeah, Apex died years ago.
Sergeant Lara says for a quote-unquote cash grab game.
I mean, the way it's put together, if they don't feed it content, it could appear as a cash grab. But Elden Ring was also Game of the Year, had the best player rates. But then it dropped off after a few months. So, like, player rates don't really determine a whole lot nowadays in gaming. It's still, everything I love about Dark Souls is shown in Elden Ring, Night Rain. It's just, I don't know. Unless I got my homies to get the game too on the same platform, so it'd have to be like PC only friends, then I don't really see a point in playing it. Which is my biggest issue, is crossplay games. That's why I opened up a Realm.
Sergeant Lara says it does cause if it didn't he average 100-170k players for it to be getting updated.
170k players is what they're averaging. Apex in its prime was 270k. I hope Elden Ring Night Rain sticks around because I want more Dark Souls games to be mainstream. Because Elden Ring, it's still like 7% of the people who played the game beat the game. Like, what the fuck? Like, I think everyone should beat a Dark Souls game. Everyone should just have that experience of Dark Souls.
Sergeant Lara says yeah, but this is now due to the trolls screwing with the game.
What do you mean trolls screwing with the game?
Sergeant Lara says and cheaters.
There's cheaters in Night Rain? What?
Sergeant Lara says yup.
What the fuck, bro? A game you're supposed to enjoy and play, like... It's a game you're just supposed to enjoy to play. That's not like a super sweaty game.
Sergeant Lara says dudes spawn in and get instant level 15.
That's crazy.
Sergeant Lara says and spawn in the most OP weapons.
Motherfuckers need to just chill and learn to enjoy games. Cheaters are gonna ruin gaming as a whole.
Stabimp Taco says that's the issue with matchmaking on any game, honestly.
Yeah, that sucks. Now, COD back in the day didn't use matchmaking, which I'm starting to think that may have been just like peak gaming. No skill-based matchmaking, no nothing. 100% random.
Sergeant Lara says for example, Bell-bearing hunter weapon has a unique perk where the more enemies you kill with it increases its damage, making it almost a one-shot weapon in the right night bearer.
And people are starting off the game with that weapon.
Stabimp Taco says Black Ops 1 to 2 lobbies were peak, even the modders in those games were fun.
Yeah, and it was 100% random. So maybe you could land a hacker in your lobby, and maybe you just get some bots. Maybe you get, like, you could get anyone. And that kept, like, every experience being fresh. Now it's just, like, the same shit. Oh, he's a sweat. Oh, he's a TTV. He's a Y-wire, you know, whatever. Back in the day, you never know who you would meet.
Sergeant Lara says so they will spawn it and ruin people's experience.
See, that's what sucks about games going mainstream. People just cheat in it. Like, if you want to cheat on your free time, go ahead and do it, but don't affect
Sergeant
others.
Lara says it was averaging. First day till 2 weeks after 1 mil players.
I bet. They're paying a lot of people to play that game. They wanted to pay me to do it, but I just couldn't. I had a lot going on, so I told them no. I was going to pre-order that game, but since I had shit going on and I couldn't, I just sat and waited on it.
Stabimp Taco says I'm sure after a bunch of people finished it they just dropped it.
Yeah.
Sergeant Lara says and I loved every single second of the beta till today. Stabimp Taco says no, they did pay partnerships with people and fly them out to test out live where they couldn't film or anything, only talk about their experiences.
Oh, I was just talking about the campaigns that they put out on TikTok. Like, those paid nicely. Like, the Fragpunk developers gave me a lot of free stuff. Told me I could give away a lot of stuff. Gave me a lot of in-game stuff. They paid me. They paid me very well, too. Like, hundreds of dollars. But Elden Ring Night Rain was paying way more than Fragpunk. And it wasn't even like close. And I was gonna accept it and do the pre-order beta and all that, but I didn't. But that's how, like, a lot of games will spike their player counts, because they're paying a bunch of content creators to promote it. It gets like 2 million views on TikTok.
Sergeant Lara says, well, I'm glad I didn't get paid.
And that's like the new method to games now. They'll just crank out paying content creators. And then
Sergeant Lara says I gave my thoughts and view on the game Fro Inside and Out.
So do you still
Sergeant
play it?
Lara says they listened and delivered well. Stabimp Taco says, see, I'm trying to be on that level lol, and when you have time one day I would like to have a conversation with you about life and content shit and just get advice on things if you don't mind, but I'm probably going to try and get some sleep. Hope everybody has a good night. I'll let you know when I get on the realm again.
Yeah, anytime, Stabby. Anytime. Let me know. I love helping people out with content. And getting like contracts and stuff like that with big games is really easy.
Sergeant Lara says good night, Stabby.
But good night won't keep you anymore. Just let me know when you want to have that talk or when you want to vibe on the realm, because I'm going to talk to Stimsy and see about getting you on over here. I need ladders. Fuck.
Stabimp Taco says for sure GN everybody Yena wave.
Fuck, wrong button.
Sergeant Lara says, being honest with you, it sucks I can't talk to any of the boys.
That's just what happens. It's bullshit. But shit happens.
Sergeant Laris has been trying to check up on everyone.
Yeah, I'm doing great, dude. Fucking fantastic. I had a little house fire and all kinds of shit happened, but down but not out. Still fucking pumping forward. This shit's great, but that's what you do, is you move forward.
Sergeant Laris says, I heard and prayed it got better for you.
Yeah, it was straight. It was an experience for sure. That's why I couldn't pre-order Night Rain and all that. I kind of stuck a fork in it.
Sergeant Lara says I recently started getting back into streaming and for the first time it was an experience.
What do you mean?
Sergeant Lara says 177 continuous viewers.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. It's good to hear. I told you, bro. You could do that shit. Water.
Sergeant Lara says, and that was on a UGIO stream.
Is this guy?
Everything is normal around here.
What the fuck is wrong with him? He was speaking like fucking English, and they started tweaking. Like, what the hell?
Sergeant Lara says today was for honor and I had 30 watching plus 4 consecutive chatters.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. Good shit.
Sergeant Lara says unfortunate enough I had to start cutting bad people of my life /.
That's what you gotta do, bro. That's what I did many times. In that situation where just people went their separate ways, that's what I did there too. You cut the bad fruit off the tree, you make the sacrifice and it'll grow out to be a nice tree. You leave that poisonous fruit on a tree, it becomes a poisonous tree.
Sergeant Lara says it was more of like, homies spreading misinformation to people saying I am a bad coach.
Coach? What do you coach now? But even that's bad fruit.
Sergeant Lara says for honor still.
Nice. I've had people spread misinformation about me, cut them off, keep proof, cut them off, keep
Sergeant
proof.
Lara says got back into it cause people begged me to get back to it.
It is too late now. Too late for what, dumbass? Why are you building signs?
Sergeant Lara says had a homie 1v1 me for the rights to my TikTok and Twitch.
What the fuck? Now that's some crazy shit, bro. What? How did it get to that point, bro? What the hell?
Sergeant Lara says legit.
Whose idea was that? Did you bring it up? Did he bring it up? Like, how'd that even start? That's typically not something you 1v1 over.
Sergeant Lara says he just had enough of me. Sergeant Lara says I'm cocky on my For Honor knowledge, so he wanted to show in front of 50 people that he was better than me.
Bro. I know you know Life for Honor. Like, what was he thinking?
Sergeant Lara says used to. Sergeant Lara says still do like Dark Souls. Sergeant Lara says you cannot beat someone that never knows defeat.
Ain't that the damn truth? I might make a base up here. This shit's kinda cool. Wow. Shut your bitch ass.
Sergeant Lara says, like someone said, he who knows that they are strong will not tell but show and teach, for it is the choice of good or evil.
Is that a Bible verse? Because
Sergeant Lara says bingo.
Because some famous martial artists have said similar things, like we've talked about before.
Sergeant Lara says the Bible been around for centuries. Sergeant Lara says I just got an ad oops. Sergeant Lara says, as you was saying, got an ad so couldn't hear you.
Oh, I forget.
Sergeant Lara says all good, but yet I follow a lot of the Bible's teachings and ways.
I'm glad you do it right.
Sergeant Lara says some I struggle because they have more deeper meaning that need more reading and understanding.
But then you turn around and teach. So a lot of people misconstrue some of those things. But you don't. You've usually always had a clear sense.
Sergeant Lara says I'd like to see it as an easier view that sticks to the same road that leads to the creator. Sergeant Lara says some will deceive others for personal gain and use the Bible for evil. Sergeant Lara says I recently started picking up other religions for study.
That's good. I went around learning a few different religions, and a lot of them say the same things. A lot of them do.
Sergeant Lara says I picked up Norse and Pagan.
Oh shit. It's right up Stimsy's alley. What's this ender slime do? It doesn't make you bounce.
Sergeant Lara says I found it interesting but a bit quote-unquote deceiving.
How so?
Sergeant Lara says they say evil is good but good is also good.
How did they say that?
Sergeant Lara says how so? Sergeant Lara says one of my friend's dad told me so since he's been pagan his whole life. Sergeant Lara says funny joke. I am friends with someone who believes in the guy downstairs.
Oh no. How's that working? Because I know how the last one went. Those were different times back then.
Sergeant Lara says it's actually pretty chill.
Whoa.
Sergeant Lara says he doesn't care because he knows there is a god up there.
That's strange.
Sergeant Lara says but he believes more on the other guy cause he gives him everything he quote-unquote needs.
Yeah, that's strange. As long as everyone's happy.
Sergeant Lara says yeah, but he lets me talk to him about God.
Maybe he's lost. He needs guidance.
Sergeant Lara says he doesn't mind it and is very good listener.
Well, that's good. That's what I'm fucking talking about. Yeah, it's a possibility he's just lost. And that's the only thing that's made sense to him so far.
Sergeant Lara says he is. Sergeant Lara says, but he's just biased in his belief. Sergeant Lara says, therefore illegal respect.
Understandable. Can't be mad at that one.
Sergeant Lara says, the same way I was with you is the same way I am with him. Sergeant Lara says, all at its given time. Sergeant Lara says patience is key.
It sure is.
Sergeant Lara says, but his friends are even more interesting.
What makes his friends interesting?
Sergeant Lara says they are like him but are willing to change.
What do you mean willing to change?
Sergeant Lara says, back to the hands and road of God.
People are interesting.
Sergeant Lara says they don't want to keep believing on a man that gives what is not needed. Sergeant Lara says they want to come back to the Almighty but are scared because of everything they have done.
That's understandable. But realizing you do wrong and correcting your life after is really what determines a lot of things. Your actions don't determine who you are. It's what you do after.
Sergeant Lara says, well, here is the thing. It's not actions, it's words. Sergeant Lara says God isn't a man to judge actions or words, but he judges your heart.
Exactly. You know, I don't know that religion as well as you do. I just know there's similar beliefs.
Sergeant Lara says not good or evil. Sergeant Lara says, but your intentions and your present. Sergeant Lara says your past and future. Sergeant Lara says, have you ever asked yourself what is the reason people Baptist?
Yes, and I've wondered why. Because, you know, in my mind, why would you believe in something that restricts life?
Sergeant Lara says, hey race, why? Sergeant Lara says God doesn't restrict life or anything, he restrict ethnicities. You don't need love to be happy, or money, or even sex.
Yes, but other religions, they don't restrict that, but they teach the same thing. Like, instead of saying, oh, this is bad, this is sin, this is whatever, you'll go to hell for this, other religions are just like, you know, you can be happy. Non-restrictive.
Sergeant Lara says when you get Baptist you are born new. Sergeant Lara says God washed away those sins a second life. Sergeant Lara says a new chapter.
I never thought of it that way. Seriously, I've never thought about it that way.
Sergeant Lara says, but the catch is you have given your life to God. Sergeant Lara says to follow the plan he set for you since you was born.
How do you know what that plan is?
Sergeant Lara says to spread and show others the way. Sergeant Lara says to read and preach the gospel. Sergeant Lara says to guide the lost sheep back to the pack. Sergeant Lara says, and you don't do this alone. Sergeant Lara says, for the sun is with you always.
Well, I'm going
Sergeant Lara says he walks with you everywhere you go.
That's interesting. We gotta talk sometime about it. But I'm tired as hell, so I'm going to raid some streamer. And then I'm gonna end stream. I'm just looking for someone.
Sergeant Lara says for sure you go ahead and rest, brother.
I can just get fucking 32 like classic farms. I'll send you the video and you tell me if you want it.
Daytime, bro.
I
don't know. And their farms are low-key the best for XP though.
Okay, but that
Maybe not anymore.
16. I swear that LA farm is the best. Like now. Like now.
Someone for comp. I hate you. Lab mentality. Oh. God. Yo, Oh, W3 Vita raid.
30
Kraber.
levels in 3
Crabber?
minutes.
Crabber? It's good king.
How do you get LAs?
Raids.
Find a pillager outpost and then take the LAs from the cages. And then once you have 2, you can just breed them.
You can
Look
breed
at this video
LAs?
real quick and tell me if look at this video real quick and tell me if you think that this is worth building over there.
I just found a different farm on Reddit that's like way easier to build and it's Enderman. It's cheaper.
Okay, but look at this one real quick.
That one's easier than Infestation's farm, the easy Enderman farm.
I know, I'm not saying we have to build it, I'm just saying look at it. Like, tell me if you guys think this
How
is
about we go
decent.
find a spider spawner, guys? How that?
Yeah, OG.
Those are the shittiest farms ever. I've done that so many times. It's so bad.
I remember I just got done doing a stream with modded Bedrock realm. What's going on over here? We're just doing a vanilla Java realm.
Modded Bedrock? Our mods on Bedrock kind of whack.
They are kind of whacked.
What's going on?
The mods on Bedrock.
Check the video I sent you in general, or I put in general, and tell me if you want to do that instead of that.
It's kind of funny, half the server's not sober.
I
fucking waste
guess, bro.
Not even including you, sir, but you could, it's a little less than half.
Well, no, I'm it's healthy, bro.
You don't have to use Marketplace for mod, you can load them other ways.
Yeah, on Bedrock you can like buy them from the like pack store or some shit, and you can just like. Put
But he's
them
saying,
in without
he's saying
having
you
to, like,
don't have to do that.
Oh, maybe I'm stupid. I swear that's the only way you can do it. At least.
Yeah,
That's fair, Kraber.
like job.
You have to buy like the mods in the store on Bedrock. To,
Yeah.
like, build
He's
them.
saying you can load them another way.
Oh.
Apparently there's like,
You might be able to do it the same way that Java
Or
does
you
it.
have
Like,
to find
Yeah,
a
like-
villager outpost.
yeah, and then you just take the LAs from the cages.
yeah, but like, Enderman's so much
Bro,
easier.
but okay, but this is the thing. You could literally go on the sea. I could literally give you the cords to a pillager outpost.
Yeah, and you have to kidnap them fucking 500 million bajillion blocks.
I'm not gonna lie, we should just let him do it then if he's so like first.
Yeah, actually, if you want that farm instead of collecting...
I just don't want to mine for fucking 3 hours.
He just said he found a cheaper design.
I found a better
All right,
farm.
which one? Which one?